Yo, bro, we've been leveling up our habits and mindset for a while now. But I think something I've been struggling with is how can we handle multiple quests at once without burning out? Because I get to this point where I feel like not doing anything else. Because I imagine I have to do in a day, and it just feels overwhelming. Yeah, that's a good question to start up the day. I feel at this stage you can discuss a very important topic, which is diving into balancing multiple quests. So in today's world, I would say many people have personal goals and professional goals. So how about we look into how to juggle personal and professional growth? Because if you're making progress on both ends, I think you would be able to sustain it. So it's all about pursuing various goals simultaneously without depleting your health bar. Yeah, so the first thing definitely to start something like this would be how can we prioritize, our quest? Yeah, because the best way to prioritize our quest is by looking at them, first of all, as not equal. So we say all goals are not created equal, right? Kind of like choosing between main quest and side quest, right? Exactly. So one very good tool to use is the Eisenhower matrix, and you can use this to categorize your tasks based on urgency and importance. One point is definitely to start on urgent and important tasks first, and then you move on to the important and not urgent ones. If you go through the matrix, you definitely see how they categorize this. I learned this when I started working as a CEO of the business, and I understood that some certain tasks, it makes you feel busy, feel good, but it's not really moving the needle, and you're stuck working on those. So you have to have a system, a technique that has been proven to get result in a positive manner for you. The second thing will be time management. It's your ultimate power up. First of all, effective time management is crucial when you're juggling multiple goals. I wouldn't say juggling multiple goals is for everyone, because so many people believe that it's better to throw all your eggs in one basket. There's these motivational speakers that say the minute you have a plan B, it means you're already planning for your plan A to fail. For the rest of us, we can believe that if you have personal goals and professional goals, it's okay to want to advance your business or your side hustle, as well as grow in your professional route. And there is nothing to say that you can't make advancements in great effort in both fronts. You know what I'm saying? So having that ultimate time management in your belt is a very good way of juggling multiple goals. Any specific techniques? Any specific techniques? Yeah, one definitely you can try is the Pomodoro technique. You can work in focused 25 to 50 minute sprints. Then you follow it by a short break, maybe a 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 13 minutes break. It basically works like alternating between intense battle sequences and recovering periods in a game. Because if you're fighting in a game or playing in game, you have those moments where you're very intense, and then the time when you're just cooling off, letting your muscles that were really contracting to kind of cool down so that they can actually contract a little bit more tighter. So it's just a dance, it's a back and forth kind of thing. It's a yin yang kind of thing. And another one I would definitely talk about is delegate, and share the load. So when you start expanding, when you start scaling, when you start growing from a freelancer, or even if you're a freelancer but you're dealing with bigger tasks, you understand that there are certain things that you just need to delegate for you to do your work that really matters in the best possible way. So you have to remember that you don't have to, solo every quest. Delegation is definitely key. Me and game references. So is that like forming a party in an RPG? Yeah, exactly. Identify tasks that you can delegate to others. This frees up your time, your energy for quests that truly matters and need your unique skills. So you have to identify what are those things that if you do it, definitely makes more impact and is more useful, and it's something that can hardly be done by someone else. maybe it requires your creative energy. It's not as smart if you now spend all your energy and your mental strength working some arithmetical or calculation tasks throughout the day, and now you are trying to conjure up some form of creative juice in the night time so you can work on that sales script, that pitch, or that storyline. The whole idea is, if your mental strength or your mental bar is ready and fresh, then you can actually create your best work. So now it's okay to delegate. You can take some time to sacrifice and train the person you're delegating the task to. But the whole idea is, if you spend 15 minutes extra, 20 minutes extra to make a video how you would usually do this task, and now use that to train whoever you're delegating that task to, or find an expert in that field, you don't have to constantly expand that energy from yourself on that same task. So that's the whole idea about delegating, and it's very important. Yeah, so one other one would definitely be setting realistic expectations. I was definitely guilty of this, in the past, where you set yourself up for a trap, So it's very crucial to set realistic expectations for yourself. It's not about thinking small or, limiting your mindset, but it's about really understanding what you can do in a day, in a week. I always say we are guilty of overestimating what we can achieve in a year and underestimating what we can achieve in a decade. So, you just have to, be dialed in to reality. And for you to really do this, you have to know or be aware of what you can achieve when you're on your game. So try and do an experiment whereby you work on your morning routine, your night routine, you sleep adequately, you manage your distractions for a week, and see what you can work on, see how much work you can produce in an efficient situation. Now you have a metric, you have a bar. I'm not saying this is your ultimate high bar, but this is a standard that you should be able to maintain for you to believe that you're doing your best every day. You understand? So we don't bite off more than we can chew. That's precisely what it is, though. You don't bite for more than what you can chew. You have to break larger goals into smaller, manageable steps. It's like, tackling that big boss fight one phase at a time. So you can say, I'm gonna fight him at the top of the mountain and make sure I get his life to half bar. And when we come down, or whenever he does his demo to the next stage, this is my strategy. The whole idea is manage your battles. Don't try to take it all at once. Take it all on at once. Yeah. So one last one definitely will be the ability to practice self-care. It enables you to refill your health bar. I'll say many of us are very guilty of this. We think, we can do so much, especially when we're in our 20s and we're so agile, so active. We sleep less. I feel like, I'm the guy that can sleep for 3 hours while everybody is sleeping and just get this work done. But the whole idea is, don't get burnt out. And one of the major benefits of creating a decade goal allows you to see long-term the effect of your actions today. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, there are definitely times you're going to sprint. As an entrepreneur, for instance, there are definitely times you're going to have long nights. That's okay. But you have to know how to balance it. You can't keep going 2 weeks head on, sleeping 4 hours a day. That's not healthy. You understand? So you have to find a way to practice self-care. Don't forget, take care of yourself while you're pursuing your goals. Yeah, it's kind of like using health potions in a game. You got it, man. Because, let's look at this way. Regular exercise, proper sleep, practicing mindfulness, those things are your real life potions. They are. They keep you energized. They prevent you from having burnout. They actually re-energize you more than you even expect. Because when you start building momentum, that's when the power starts. That's when you start becoming more unstoppable. But sadly, many people fail to achieve that stage of consistent, growth in your energy, in your abilities, and your belief, as well as confidence. Another bonus, I could say, create synergies between goals. So we've talked about all the techniques, earlier, but when you come to this point, this is almost similar to compounding your habits, but it's all about creating synergies between your goals. Look at it this way. Look for ways that your goals can complement each other. But how does that work, though? For example, you're learning a new language, you're learning French, right? But let's say you're learning for personal growth, because this doesn't have to do with your work, I guess. But find ways to incorporate it into your professional life. It's like using skills from one quest to help in another. Maybe you get a task or an opportunity for you to learn a training at work in French. Just try and find ways that you can allow this complement each other. Set a milestone that the minute you're able to get to certain level of understanding of this language, you find a role that incorporates you using this language in your role. Things like that can help you. It could also be something like you have coffee in the morning, right? But the whole idea is once you have coffee, that kickstarts your workout. You wake up in the morning and you have 1 minute of meditation, but every minute of meditation allows you to read a book. Just different goals that you can stack up together. Another one will definitely be regular check-ins and adjustments. So regularly assess your progress. Once you set up a plan, imagine yourself going on a road, but this road doesn't have a treadway, like a pathway where you can just see ahead straight up. So as you're working on that goal, as you're moving forward, you have to have a way of coming back to reassess your progress and be willing to adjust your strategy. Are you staying on track? Is your momentum staying on track? For instance, if your goal is to save $10,000 in a year, if you are saving $3 per day, for instance, by the time you're 1 month in and you see how much you've saved, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's $90 or whatever. And then you look at it, I'm like, by calculating this, am I going to reach $10,000 in a year? Now you have to re-strategize. Maybe, just maybe, I have to recalculate my strategy and start saving $30 a day. Maybe this is the best route for me to reach my goal. Those are the examples. You just have to really be dialed in with reality. Because of what point is it for you to make yourself feel good that, oh yes, I'm saving for $10,000. Maybe that $10,000 was for your tuition fee or house purchase or something important, and you don't have an actual justifiable strategy in play, but you just had something that made you feel good. By the end of the year, you're gonna be so far off your goal, and I won't tell you to feel good. You rode that wave of feeling good, maybe telling people about it. By the end of the year now, you're stuck with $300 and you're not even close to $10,000. Those are the things that you don't want to set a trap for yourself in. You want to make sure that if you need to put in the grind on that XP in that game in that moment, make sure your goal is aligned with it. So reassessing your progress and being aware of if you need to re-strategize is very important. It's like checking the quest log in a game, right? And just checking your progress. Yeah, sometimes you can update your game plan just by seeing what your quest log has for you as an intended goal. Exactly. You use tools like the head plan agenda. Those are like real proven techniques and tools that can track your progress and make necessary adjustments. It's really all about staying flexible, adapting to new challenges as well. Because I mentioned savings, right? Maybe inflation started, so the money you were spending on your groceries had to increase for the same things you were buying. So maybe now you need to cut down your expenses going out in the evenings, because maybe usually you go out and play games or something, but because of the inflation, you have to re-strategize and find how to save money from somewhere else. So sometimes it's not just you are wrong with your calculation, but the situation around you changes, and now you have to change with times. Hey, this is gold, bro. But do you have any final words, for our multi-questers out there? One of them, though. Yeah, I'm not talking too much today, am I? Just remember that multiple goals, like balancing multiple goals, is an art. We don't say this enough because, like I said, ideally, you follow one goal. But in today's time and age, sometimes you might follow a goal that doesn't work out, even if you throw all your eggs in that basket. A lot of people have learned from that, and that's why they say don't throw all your eggs in one basket. So balancing it is an art, because if you're able to create a masterpiece, that is how you're able to achieve milestone progress, like very, very explosive growth on both fronts. You see someone who is an actor or an actress, and that person is able to make, is a PhD holder. That person is able to make progress in the academic line. That person is able to run a company and be a CEO. How are they able to do all these things and still be a family member of their house? How are they still able to be a parent who is in the active life of their children? Those are goals. Because if you don't have the goal of being a great parent, right, I'm telling you, you might just, if it doesn't come to you naturally, it might go over your head, and before you know it, you're a bad parent. So those are things that sometimes you have to put in the effort. If you set it as a goal that I want to be an active dad, you probably have to go buy books about being a great dad, how to teach your children, great mindsets, lessons and stuff like that. Without that, you're just winging it. It's kind of like saying, well, I want to have a company and I don't learn any business strategies. I don't learn how to hire. I don't learn how to do anything, and I'm just winging it. There's a high chance you're not going to do it great. So it's just one of those things. But yeah, so it's all about, balancing multiple goals as it is an art. I would say maybe a lost art, but a lot of people in this day and time are doing it. They might not be doing it and shouting about it online, but I'm pretty sure there are people who are actively succeeding in this art. So the trick also is to know that it's never about perfection. It's progress. Like, you just have to focus on the progress. If it's all about learning first, it's progress. Stay focused. Take care of yourself, because you don't want to burn out. If you're playing the long game, you understand, I'm in this game for 10 years at least. I can't rush and be burnt out, and now I don't feel like taking a pen or writing a page for the next 3 months. You know what I'm saying? So yes, keep focused, do your best. Don't be afraid to adjust your strategy. You've got this. You heard the man, guys. Let's go out, let's slay those multiple quests without burning out. I mean, if you can stay long doing that shit, that's the main goal. So stay winning, stay progressing. Thank you, guys. See you on the next one.